I was just thinking, what happens when the recipient ignores the important message from the messenger? And the messenger happens to be a very concerned person for the safety of the recipient. Because messenger wants the recipient to be out of the danger, for he cares about the recipient, and messenger wants to convey those messages to the recipient. And also the recipient happens to be a very carefree person. He doesn't want to hear any kind of bad news, any bad information, or any kind of that. And he ignores the message. He doesn't want to hear any single word from the messenger. Now in this process, what happens is that messenger keeps bugging him until he could hear his message from the messenger. But the recipient, closes his ears and doesn't want to hear any kind of words from the messenger. But because of that, something else is happening, which is the recipient's performance is getting poor or degrading because of the messenger. His work performance in the company is getting degraded because the messenger keeps following him, keeps bugging him everywhere he goes. And recipient does not know what to do now. What choice does the recipient have now? Well, in this case, the recipient needs to listen, reads the message from the messenger, as some of you may have guessed it, right? So the recipient needs to listen to the message, reads the message from the messenger. Then only the messenger will stop bugging him. It doesn't matter whether the news is good or bad, the recipient needs to read the message from the messenger. And once he do that, the messenger will stop bothering him, will stop bugging him, and will go on his way for a while. And the recipient's work performance will be good back then. He will be a superstar of the company, I think, if he, listens to some words of the messenger. So this is a perfect analogy that I want to give right now for our body, for your body, for everyone's body. Your body is actually communicating to you something complex message right now, and you are actually not listening to it. And because of that, the stress is building up in you, and that stress is building up in you, and your work performance is getting degraded over time. Now, let me give you very accurate information here. Body is not actually the messenger, but your unconscious mind is actually the messenger here. Unconscious mind wants to communicate to you something important, and you're not listening to it. So unconscious mind is the messenger. Your body is the letter, is the medium through which the unconscious mind conveys those messages. And feelings are those words that unconscious mind is, writing down in your body, on your body. And conscious mind is the recipient. Your conscious mind is the recipient. Now, for the sake of the simplicity of this video, let's just say your body is the messenger, and your body is trying to communicate to you, something important, and those feelings that you feel on those bodies are actually the language of the body, or the words or the vocabularies of the body that is trying to convey to you those complex messages. The feelings, those complex messages are those that. And you as a person needs to read those messages, but you happen to be ignoring them because you think, ignoring the stress will solve a lot of problem for you. But here's the problem. Stress is not actually your enemy. Okay, let's go this way right now. You think that stress is the problem, that your work performance is getting degraded. Whenever the stress is building up, you think, oh my god, Stress is the main problem that my work performance is getting degraded over time. And every time I do performance, every time I do some kind of work, stress comes up in between, and you know what? My work is degraded because of that. Now, I want to make sure that you understand it very properly, that stress is not your enemy. Stress is not your enemy. The real enemy is actually you, because you're not listening to the message the body is trying to convey to you. Once you read that message, then body will stop bothering you. That is simple as that. That is what happens, right? So what is it you need to do? You need to read the message from the body. Then only you will actually be released from the stress. So you will be asking the question, right? Like, okay, I get it now. Like, the stress isn't the main problem. The stress is building up because the unconscious mind or the body is actually trying to convey some messages to me, and I'm ignoring the messages, and the messages are, those feelings are building up, those stress are building up because of my ignorance. And what I need to do is now read those feelings, read the body. That is right. That is the simple solution for you. The simple solution is you have to read your body, the language of the body, the words of the body, the feeling of the body. You need to read those things. So you will be saying, okay, these messages are so complex. How do I read it? I won't even understand it. Doesn't matter. You don't need to understand a single word of the body's language. You don't need to understand anything. You just need to read it. You just to make sure that you acknowledge that I read the message. That's all you need to do, and you will be free from the stress. So how do we do that? There are actually two ways you can do it. Two ways to read the message of the body. First way is what, and second way is where. So you need to ask two questions. What is it you are feeling, and where is it you are feeling? If you answer these two questions, you are actually reading the message of the body. So I will give you some example, okay, so that you may be able to follow me up, and I will actually advise you that you write it down on, on some kind of paper. You pick up a pen and paper and write it down in there, and write down answer those two questions. What is it you're feeling, and where is it you're feeling? One feeling at a time. Whatever you're feeling on the body, you pick up those points, pick up those major feelings, and answer those two questions. Now I will take you in three examples here. For my case, I'm feeling right now three feelings. I have three feelings right now, and I will show you how you can describe those feelings on your paper. Okay, let's do that. The first feeling, I'm going to describe a first feeling here. The first feeling I'm having right now is a pressure in my chest. Okay, so I'm answering these two questions. What is it I'm feeling? Pressure. Where is it I'm feeling? Chest. You see, two questions. I answered two questions. What I'm feeling right now? Pressure. Where is it I'm feeling? Chest. The location is chest. So I answered those two questions, and I write it down on the paper. Now, there's a second feeling that I need to describe. I'm feeling a pinch in my stomach. So what is it I'm feeling? Pinch. Where is it I'm feeling? The stomach. I'm feeling a pinch in the stomach. Now, that is also a description of my feelings. So one feeling at a time, you take it. You write it down like that, one feeling at a time. Now, let's take third feeling, just so you can get a grasp of it. I'm feeling a stinging sensation on my ribs area. I'm feeling a stinging sensation in my ribs area. Stinging sensation is the answer to what is it I'm feeling, and ribs area is actually answer to where is it I'm feeling. So I answered these three questions and I write it down on my notes. So what you're trying to do is right now is you're acknowledging that you read the message from the body. And you know, the body is actually intelligent enough to understand, okay, now this person has read my messages, and he will release those tensions from your muscles, from your mind, you know, like the emotional tensions or muscle tensions that your body was facing. The body will actually release those tensions from your body, one feeling at a time. As you approach it, it will release those tensions because you acknowledged the body's message, and the body will actually release those tensions from your body. And you will see over time that you have a much more, like, you have reduced the stress from your body over time. Why? Because stress was not your enemy at all. Stress was actually a pathway or a road to connect to the body, to know about the body, to communicate with the body, to read the message from the body. Stress was actually a signal to you to please pay attention to this body. Please pay attention to it. Read it. And once you read it, actually, then the body starts to stop sending those feelings to you because you have acknowledged it. So why bother sending the same message to you when you have already read the message, right? So body will stop sending those messages for a while. There is it, you know, there's it, your answer. And once you do these exercises every day, you will see that you have a much more connectivity to your body, and you will be able to understand what's going on with these sensations. You will understand your body more and more, and you will have a more happier life, stress-free life, if you do these exercises every day. So that's it for the day, and I hope you like this video, and I hope this was helpful to you. Please share and subscribe. That's it. Bye bye.